Make some noise. Hadithi.
The title, I just actually came up with it like 2 seconds ago. It's "And So I Waited." Okay, so my story, my Dear Diary story, starts in, I think it was around 1996. Yeah, that long back, that way back. And I was, I think, about 5 years old, right? I was like in pre-primary school. So my friends and I, it was lunchtime, break time, and we were having conversations. Or was it in class? I can't remember, but it was a very social conversation. And they were talking about their daddies. My daddy is a doctor. My daddy is a teacher. My daddy is ... right? And there were these other girls, twins, right? And they were popular. I think, at that age, and you find twins, it's like, oh, our best friends, Everyone wanted to be their best friends at the time. Like, okay, these are my friends. And they said, our daddy is dead. And it came to me now. I'm like, okay, now what? And someone's like, and you, Pontsho? And I remember saying, oh, my dad is also dead. And we continued with life as if nothing has ever happened. How I remember this, I don't know, because I don't remember half of my childhood. But this particular one is still engraved in my memory. So I grew up with a dead dad, and I guess I'm a murderer, guys. Sorry. Because I killed him. Like, I don't know, I killed him. And so, yeah, I killed him, and I grew up with a dead dad, and no one mentioned anything of him. No one used to say much about him, except those occasional conversations that just passes by, and you hear like, no, so paid maintenance, okay, whatever. But I'm too young to understand what maintenance is, right? So I'm like, oh, okay, whatever the case that is, maintenance, fine. Still have a dead dead in my head. And it so happened that that's how I grew up. Never questioned. I'm a person who don't, even till this age, I limit my questioning. So I haven't really questioned much about, you always hear things on the news, on the TV, like in movies, and like, no, mommy, where's my dad? No, I want to know my dad. I never had those. I was never that child. I was happy with not knowing who my dad was, or where my dad is, or whether he's alive or really dead, or whatever the case is. But hey, so then grew up, and then came this particular year. Oh, the twist to this, the funny, not really funny, but the sick twist to this whole situation is he lived about 10 minutes away from home, and we so happened to be in church with his wife, and he used to come and collect his wife from church. But because he was dead, in my head, I never knew my dad, so I would see a man, but I would never know that I'm actually connected to him. So yeah, that's the sick twist about it all. And it so happened that we were at a church function one day, and he gave us a lift. And my granny doesn't know him, or she doesn't remember him. I mean, things that happened in 1991, I mean, like, hey, she can't remember them now in like 2000 and something, 2009, But anyway, he drops us off. Amazingly, the strange man who doesn't know, because we don't know the wife, who doesn't know, we don't know any of these people who are so generous about giving us a lift. They know the directions to home. So they give us a lift and they drop us at the gate. We didn't have to say 10 left, 10 right, or 10 this side, or 10 that side, And we got home. And when we got home, my mom asked, okay, how did you guys get home? No, this man that drives such and such a car dropped us off. So my mom knew that, okay, the wife and my granny, they go to the same church. Like, oh, I think it's so. And okay, we go about life. I mean, he's still dead. So it's so. The person who tries, I mean, to finance my life, but yeah. So that was that. So like he's of no significance in my life at that particular moment. Up until one day, my granny and I think it was school holidays. My granny and I, this is 2009, if I'm not mistaken. My granny and I are at home during the day. A phone call comes, landline. Okay, it wants my mom. My mom is not there, but this person has a conversation with my granny. And when they conclude the conversation, I think my mom used to come back home around 7. It's 7 o'clock. My mom comes home, and my granny has to now relay the message. And it was said, no, so-and-so's wife called, and she says that so-and-so wants to come and see us at home. And now my world is about to change. Like, why now? Like, why now when I'm 18? Like, what do you want in my life? You know, you did. And yeah, so now we have to entertain so-and-so who wants to come and disrupt what was harmonious to us. You know, you grow up not having a father, and you're fine with it. You know, everyone would ask you, are you fine? Yeah, I'm fine. Why would I not be? You know, when you don't know how you, like, everyone expects you to be a certain way, but how am I going to be that certain way if I don't know any better? Like, I cannot be angry because it's not like he's been around. So what am I angry for? I don't know you. I don't know your presence. So your presence at the time does not affect my feelings. You know, that's the mentality I had, other than the fact that he was dead. So now this person is wanting to change my life for his own convenience, for the convenience of his own family, you know, and that's not me included in the picture. So I didn't understand it. But anyway, because I'm the girl that doesn't question, I'm the girl that does not ask anything. If I'm asked, Pontsho, are you fine? I'm okay, even if I'm not. Or I'll just say, you know. So this particular day, I don't know what day it was, he now knows where the kitchen door is. You know, we never go to the front door, ne? We always knock at the kitchen door. So miraculously, this person now knows where our kitchen door is. So it's a Saturday, my mom and I, it's a chore day at home. She's doing the washing and I'm doing the cleaning. We all know how it goes, Mos. You can't just sit and, who do you think? Like, you have to pay your life for your living out here. So I'm busy paying out for my living, like for my existence basically. And I'm by the passage, because most the toilet, that's where the laundry is being done, the passage, and then the kitchen. So what's needed to be done, what's left is the passage and the kitchen to be cleaned, you know. So my mom's still busy. My mom she's thorough, so she takes her time, even if it means the whole day. She would do that. And so it was the whole day. So I'm busy chilling in the kitchen, probably drinking Coke, because even then it was my addiction. Even now it's my addiction. And yeah, comes this man knocking. Go. Like, it's not even a go. Like, it's like go. You know, because the door is open, ne? It's like go. Like, oh, come in, you know. And he's like, hi, is your mom home? Like, yeah, she is. And I go to the bathroom and I call her. Like, no, someone's looking for you. who is it? I'm like, I don't know. Like my mom is a person who has a lot of guy friends, so why must I know who it is? You know? So I'm like, I don't know. Whoever it is, like, you know? But there was that moment where, like, could it be him? Because remember, he said he's gonna come, right? Could it be him? But because I don't know him even, so I don't know. But anyway, we'll hear if it's him. And it was him on that particular day. And they spoke. My mom took out a chair. They're sitting outside. It was a very hot day. And they're sitting, they're speaking. Then I went to watch TV. I'm a TV fan. If I'm not sleeping, I'm watching TV. So I went to go watch TV, and I then got called. And in my head, I was praying that it's not him, because what am I gonna say? I'm not vocal. I'm not rebellious. I'm not vocal. I'm always mixed emotioned. So what am I gonna say? Okay, fine. I get called, and they're still outside, and I decide to sit. You know, guys, like, I'm from a township in Pretoria, in Atteridgeville, ne? So every township, like those houses of ours, ne, I get it that they have like a stoop, like kitchen, and then there's that step just before that elevates you to the door, so you can knock. You get the picture, musne? So I'm sitting on the stair, mustupu. And on the step, rather, sitting on the step, and here is this man, and here's my mom. And my mom now has to do the introductions. So he's no longer the man who just paid maintenance, but he's now a man who is supposedly, or who should, whatever the case is, who should have a role, I guess. I don't know. Should he? Maybe not. I still don't know. Who should have a role in my life, but he now has a title. Like, who entitled him to have a title in my life? Like, who are you, fam? Like, no. So, so that was the case. That was the case with him. Then introduction. So the nice thing I loved about my mom never said, Pontsho, this is your father. My mom was like, Pontsho, this is X. And I'm like, oh, okay. And that was it. So now, then everything kind of tried to go downhill at that point, because I'm now promised a world. I'm promised something that I've been yearning. As much as I was a murderer, but I didn't pay for my sins. So I didn't actually believe that I actually killed this person, you know. And that came about when I would see my friends with their interactions with their fathers or my cousins. We're a very small family at home, including my cousins, my aunts. Like, we're a very intimate family. So my cousin, other than, I don't know, there was just something. I never regarded my uncles as fathers. Even to their kids, they were not really fathers, but they were present in my one uncle, like, the other one didn't have a child, so my one uncle, he was present. He lived with his family, but there was just something about him that never, like, how he parented, not how he parented as in judging his parents' skills, but the interactions. I never regarded him as a father because he was my uncle, you know. And I don't know if it makes sense. Like, he was my uncle, so he's not a father, he's my uncle. And then there was my cousins who had their father, who got married to my aunt now. And they have a stunning relationship. They like, daddy this, papa that, papa this, papa that. And every growing up, every single moment, I would be like, okay, yeah, papa cousin, and I never knew. What was worse was that I didn't even know how to even address him, you know, because now for some weird reason there was a barrier, and I think it's what had come from the childhood, right? So here's X that I don't know how to relate to, and I don't know what to say. And he's now promising me stuff. I'm like, okay, sharp, Mr. X. Like, okay, I'm promised the world. So if you're from Gauteng, you know Gorev City is the place to be, right? Right? So I'm like, okay, no, we're gonna go to Gorev City. We're gonna go to Gorev City. Yeah, I'm gonna introduce you to your siblings. Now I have siblings. I'm an only child, most. Now I have siblings, and I have to be. Now my world is changing. Like every single dynamic of my life is changing, you know. And when we concluded on that particular day, it was okay. So see you on such a around this time. It was September 2019. Somewhere around this time, 2009. Somewhere around this time, we will come. I will come and fetch you, and we will go to Gold Reef City with the family. Now there was some form of belonging. I'm sensing. Don't even know. I'm sensing some form of belonging. Okay, fine. That day never came. But I was prepared. And like a miniature family meeting was called, and I was told, okay, Pontsho, you know, it could and it could not. And the waiting began. And I waited. And I waited. And I waited. I waited up until a time where I had to now initiate something. Like, no, this man can't just come in my life, disrupt my life, and he's gonna live as he pleases. And I'm gonna disrupt his life. And I tried to do that, and again, he made me wait. And I'm like, okay, daddy, or whoever you are, you're making me wait. So I am that girl who waited and waited and waited and still waiting, because he's still alive. I think it would have been better if he was really dead to find peace. But I'm the girl who is waiting. And as the title of my story said, and so I waited. Still waiting, but thank you for your time.